Welcome back to my channel. So in our previous videos, we talked about planning for a trip and packing your carry-on and packing your checked bags. This video, we're going to talk about how to save for a trip and some of my tips of how I save. I'm a single mom and I have a very simple income, and I always save as much as I can to just trip, sometimes with the girls and sometimes without my girls. But I find traveling the world is just amazing, and I'm glad I'm able to do it. And I have lots of different things that I do to try to save. So I'm going to go over some of the things that I do to save to go on a trip. So here are a few of my tips that I use to save money. So a couple of things that I do is I do have a small Etsy store that I pick up things from flea markets and stuff and resell. It's not a whole lot. I don't do a lot with it. You know, I may make $100 a month, nothing really exciting, but 100% of my profit I throw into a piggy bank. That's one of the ways that I save. Another way that I save is on Facebook. A lot of Facebook has marketplaces. So if I am done with my dining room table, I'll sell my dining room table, or I'll sell a couch, or I'll sell a pair of shoes that I only wore a few times. And again, 100% of that money I put into my account, my piggy bank, to go on trips. Another thing along the same lines is a yard sale. If I really need to raise a lot of money to go on a trip that's really coming up or something, I will have a yard sale. And that's just go through the house, and if basically my rule is if I haven't used it in a year, if I haven't worn it in a year, if I haven't touched it in a year, I really don't need it. So I go ahead and throw it into the yard sale. Yard sales, you can normally make a couple $100, and again, that could be your airfare somewhere. So I throw that into my piggy bank as well. Another way to save money is recycling. So I recycle aluminum and plastic bottles, and I take it to the recycler once a week, and 100% of all of the money is put into my piggy bank. Using the rebate apps, one of them that I really like is Rakuten. Rakuten is a rebate app. Rakuten is a rebate app that it's kind of a search engine where you go in there and you click on different sites that you want to order things from, and it's stuff that I'm already ordering, and it can be off of some of your bigger online shopping like Amazon, Walmart. Expedia is also on there, which is really cool. You can go into Rakuten, click onto Expedia, book your trips, and then once you take your trips, you're going to get a few points back from that. And so that's another way of saving money. Any of the traveler cards, I have one credit card, and it's my travel. I have a Chase Sapphire card, and it's got a great travel benefits. Just for signing up, you automatically get mile points and stuff. And then every time you spend, it depends on if it's at a restaurant or a hotel or a car, you get more points. And then you just pay it off every month. So that's another good way of saving money. And sometimes I get just an airfare, but that helps. So having a traveler's credit card, also having a traveler miles. I have Hawaiian airline miles, but I've been thinking about going to American Airlines because it seems like it's one of the flights that I really like using the most, and they're pretty affordable and stuff. So those are some of the ways that I save my money, but how do I keep my money separate? Because sometimes people will put it in a savings, and if you can get into it, you use it. So I came up with this probably about 6 years ago, is I got a ceramic piggy bank that has no hole in the bottom. So I can't get into it. I can't take money out. When I put money in, it's got to stay in until I'm ready to take it. So today we're going to break into it because I am going on a trip in 2 weeks, and I don't know how much money I have in here. But what I normally do is I will use my credit card to pay for my hotels and pay for my rent-a-car and prepay for my flight. And I'll do it like 8 months before I'm going on a trip. And then by the time I'm on the trip, it should be paid off. So then my piggy bank is my spend money. So that's the money I take wherever I go. So I have no idea how much is going to be in here. I've been saving for a year, and it's whenever I have change. If I find change, if I have a $20 bill in my wallet that I just don't need, my bills are paid, I can't foresee that I need that $20 between now and next paycheck, I throw it in there. Sometimes I'll throw $100 in there because that could be from a yard sale or something I sold. So I just, every chance I get, I just put money into this thing. Put too much heavy change in there because it can break out. So today we're gonna break into it. I'm super excited. And then we're gonna take it, roll it all up. I'll tell you how much was in it. And then I'm gonna go exchange some of the money in Vietnam Dong. So then I have some cash there, even though I've heard it's cheaper to do your exchanging there, but I just didn't want to arrive at the airport with none of their currency. So I wanted to have a little bit of the Vietnam Dong in my bank. I'm in California, in the United States, and I bank with Wells Fargo, and they have one of my banks that's really close to my house has foreign currency exchange. So I can go in there and there's no thing, and I can just go and exchange. They normally don't have small bills. That's the only thing, is you have to go with their large bills. But then that's the same too. When I come home, if I come home with a bunch of currency from that place, from the destination, then I can just take it into my bank and they'll exchange it for me, and it's great. So let's keep the currency that I come home with, and that's kind of my souvenirs. So I have like a little folder with all this different currency from different countries. I just think it's cool, and I always bring some home for my kids too, so they have their box full of foreign currency. So anyways, I'm gonna step aside for a sec, get something to lay out on the table, readjust the cameras so you get a good view of me smashing into the piggy bank to see how much money I was able to save in a year with money that I just didn't need, but I was able to save for my trip. Okay, so we're back and ready to break into this piggy bank that I've been saving for a year. So we're gonna see how much money we have in here. So I get only one shot. We're gonna see how this goes. I couldn't find my hammer, so my trusty ice cream scooper. So we're just gonna crack into it. Ah! Okay, there's part of it. You can see kind of what's in there. Woohoo! Money, money, money! Okay, so we're gonna take all of this out and roll it. Oh, there's $100 already, couple 20s, couple hundred. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through all of this and get back to you and let you know exactly how much was in here after counting all the money. Thank you. Now that we went over all the different ways that you can save money to go on trips, I know I'm leaving some out, but we got to break into our piggy bank and all of that. So if you really enjoyed this video, if you got some good information from it, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, and wait for next week for our next uploaded video. Thank you very much.